I have this piece of cream cardstock and I was playing around with it thinking about making something, and I was cutting the edges off, and this is what I just found on my table. So what I thought I'd do is I'll make something with it. Just measure that. So that page, not all my pages in my junk journal are the same size. That is 7 inches. So I probably don't want this more than 7 inches. And then I give it a rough score down the side. Just make sure it's straight. I'm just using the lines on my craft mat to make sure it's fairly straight. This is one time I need to be a little bit more careful than what I usually am. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I thought if I folded that in and did the same on this side, just need to make sure that this point here and this point on this side are at the same height, and I haven't done that, so let's correct that by doing another score down here. Fold it in on that second line rather than the first line. Just using my bone scorer. I'm going to create a fold along the top, so that will be the flap of the envelope. If you don't have a piece of odd shaped card sitting on your table, I'm sure you can just cut the corners off a piece of A4 card. That's obviously I was playing and doing something, and that's how I've ended up with this rather strange piece of shape. And now I want to come up, so I'm going to measure. I know it's a rare thing to see me measure, but in this instance I think I have to. So that is 3.5 inches roughly, so I probably want to come up about half that, I would think. So if I say I come up 2 inches from the bottom, so about there and about there, and score across this. This is not pre-planned, I'm really just making this up as I go along and seeing what turns out and filming it for you at the same time. I'm just going to make sure that my inside score is on there as well. So 2 inches up from the bottom. Fold that all up and give it a good push down with your bone scorer. And that's going to buckle because there's quite a bit of bulk in here, but we'll fix that up just by using some, take our scissors and cutting across the corner of that one. Well, you know, sort of in a straight line. Not really, just kind of in a straight line, guys. If you can get your line straighter than me, that's good. The reason I did that actually is because I was going to go to the point that I made before where I scored it a bit too close in. That's why, and I suddenly had to curve out. See if that works now. We're going to put these flaps in first. Oh no, I don't like that. I'm going to put this one up and this one in and then this one in. So we need to get rid of more of that bulk. I'm going to actually go down the line this time and then cross. right into that corner. I may even have to cut some of that corner away. Yeah, it is just slightly bulking out there, so I'll just draw it to show you. I'm going to just cut at an angle like that, so that'll still be hidden, because what's happening is when I'm folding this piece over, it's pushing on that piece there and causing that to do that. You could cut more of it away. I'll just cut a bit away like that. And now when I fold that in, it's not going to push away like that. So we have to replicate that on the other side. So we'll just have a look what we've done. That should give us our envelope shape. There you go. Now, it doesn't meet in the middle here, but that's okay because this is just the basic shape, and I'm probably going to fix that up by coming down here. So again, I'm just drawing, using the edge of the flap as a guide, and then go straight across there. Because we've already proven that I'm not good at cutting in a straight line, I'll measure that. Oh, I need to sharpen my pencil. Oh, there you go. So now I'm just going to cut that little bit out there. I'm cutting on the other side of the line, so I actually cut away the part that I've drawn on. As much as I can. I'll trim that up a little more using my steel ruler and my craft knife. And that looks a lot neater then. And then we'll stick our piece on here. I'm going to give that a bit of an ink around the edges first. That's the front of my envelope. A bit missed on this corner a little bit, and that's okay. Give it some ink, you'll never know. I'm just using the residual ink that's on my sponger. Don't really even need to get the ink out. I think there's so much on there. And do a bit in here as well. Give that a go while I'm doing it. I don't know, I might, I may well, I probably will put something down there. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this edge here because I haven't cut it really straight, and it is a bit showing. I have a solution. So here's my solution, some washi tape. I actually can only find one of my rolls of washi tape at the moment. I did make some, but I think I used it all up, so I have to make myself some more. I don't have time to do that now, so I'm just going to use some washi tape on this. I did do a video on making your own washi tape. I'm going to go and have a look at it. I think it was pretty good actually. I've used it all and it seemed to be it's very you know, similar to this. The only issue is that because it's made from double-sided tape, or mine was, that you can't pick it up again and move it like you can with this washi tape. obviously you've got some limitations, but if you're looking for washi tape and you don't have any, or you think that you want to make your own, go have a look at that video. That'll also give the edge of the envelope some strength when things are sliding in and out, so it's probably not a bad idea to put the washi tape down. And now I'm going to, what's next? I want something inside here on this inside cover. I think another book page, because, you know, I could do cardstock, but I don't know, I like the book pages. And this book is quite damaged at the back. It's all very water stained and all the paper's horrible. I don't know why it got wet, it just did. I don't know if I bought it like that or whatever, but I just decided that I would use it today. Some of that. Got a bit of water damage or something on it, so I'm just pulling that off. Not quite going to fit in. You want it snug, but you don't want it obviously too snug, but then you don't want it too loose either, because you'll see the edges of it. That's actually pretty good. Remember, this isn't coming out again. This is actually going to stay in there. I'm not even going to take it out, I'm just going to tear that off. Stick some double-sided tape along the edge of it. So I'm actually sticking the tape sticky side down so that I can get it onto the edge of this paper before I take the covering off the double-sided tape. And that also means I can put another piece in without everything having stuck together. I'm going to put this piece down, but I'm not going to stick the bottom of it down along here because I want to do some sewing, and I don't want the glue to go through the machine, the needle to go through the glue that's on the double-sided tape. I want it on the sides and the top, but not the bottom. I want to use some fabric today. And that will be the back of the envelope. But what I've got here is I've got a piece of muslin here, and I thought that I would just put some tucks of muslin along the side of the or the edge of the envelope here, just to create a bit of texture. I'm just going to cut some of that off so I can do that. Just probably I don't know, an inch and a half I'm cutting off, and obviously longer than the envelope because I want it to be sort of, you know, gathered. I'll cut the whole piece so that when I take it to the machine I can then decide what I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to put it in the centre, the stitching in the centre, and have it along there so that you can still get, yeah, I'll probably have to put it on the bottom. So I'm going to put the stitch in here, because if I don't, I'm not going to have enough room in the, you know, the distance between here and here isn't going to be enough to get things in, although it will be in the sides. So just need to be careful about where you're actually sewing. I've sewn that muslin on. I've gone a bit crooked on the other side, so you will see that, but you know, it doesn't bother me. And I'm just going to trim some of this end off. You could leave the threads on there if you want to. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. There's a one on there, I'm just going to leave that. But I am going to pull this and fray it a bit more. That's the beauty of this fabric, is that you can pull it and make a really nice frayed edge. And a bit of ink around the edges of the envelope. Now that I've sewn it, there's a bit exposed still. That's just gorgeous. I love that bit of muslin. Lovely. Very nice. And this bit here, because it'll go like that. So it needs to be something that's going to match in a little bit with what's on the other page, and I don't know that yet. So we're just going to take a chance. And remembering that this will be up. I might just use another bit of book page, you know, because I could use that piece that I had before. Yeah, I could use this piece that I couldn't use before. That's probably a good idea. I'll use that piece. Put it. Yeah. Let's stick it down first. Oh, I don't have a double-sided tape. I'm going to show you something to do with that, so don't throw those away, particularly if you have them in different sizes. I'm going to show you something to do with that in another video, so watch out for that one. I had an idea last night and I thought, oh, must do that when my tape runs out, and put the mockers on myself because my tape just ran out. And I'm going to run a piece of this washi tape, like I've done there, across the fold here so that it gives it some strength, and also make sure that these don't pull up. Now this is copy paper, so I need to make sure that I put it where I want it first go, because if I pull that off now, that would definitely rip that copy paper because it's very thin. I've got a couple of tags from my stash. Just wanted to show you that you can put some tags in there, or whatever you like. And that's actually a good thing that that's not too deep here, because if you put that in there, there's plenty of room still to pull it out. You can't put it that way obviously because you've got to close the book up. You could do something that was a bit bigger, but there's some little journal cards in there. And so that's another thing done for my junk journal. Thanks for watching. This is Deborah. Cheers.